Today we're going to take a look at the 17th century Donne poem, The Flea. It is a metaphysical poem, and we're going to discuss some of the elements, themes, and go over the questions that are part of your writing assignment. The speaker in this poem starts off in a very convincing manner. Some of what he says is, "Mark but this flea, and mark in this, how little that which thou deniest me is. It sucked me first, and how sucks thee, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be." Now, what does that mean? Essentially, the speaker in this poem is trying to convince a woman to give into her lust for him. It's a very convincing poem where the speaker compares their love to a flea and how the flea bites each of them and they're exchanging different bodily fluids, and it's this because the flea could bite them both and they're exchanging fluids. He's trying to convince them how it's the same thing as if they sleep together. The big question here is, was he successful? Did he get her? You're going to have to read the poem to find out. I do have a video on the next slide you can watch as well. If you click on the letters below that say YouTube movie, it will take you to a YouTube video that acts out the poem word for word and shows you what this poem and the language, how it would be acted out in person had it been today. In this poem, we see a few themes. There's physical love, which is the literal interpretation, where the fly represents them getting physical together. Seduction, which is the act of him trying to seduce her. Lust, and whether or not they give into their lust. And the major element here is satire and humor play a large role in this piece. Considering the theme, the language, and the content, I want you to think about, for our discussion and response writing assignments, is what does the flea represent? Like literally, what does the flea represent? Is the narrator convincing? Why or why not? And explain what you feel is a single theme of this poem using evidence from the poem, quotes, to support your argument. I hope you enjoyed this poem, and I look forward to reading your responses and discussing the poem.